Hey guys, it's Chris, the real CMAC on ECF and Vapotron, among some other places. Speaking of Vapotron, I was fortunate enough to win a contest on there. A number of people did. And the contest was for the Persei, PV. Now this is marketed for now as an essential oils vaporizer. Essential oils, but it works just fine as a nicotine vaporizer. So we're gonna go down, take a look, see what you get in the box, and then we'll come back and see how it vapes.
Alright folks, so this is what you get when you buy the Chrome Persei. We got the name there, we have the manufacturer, Warp 9 Technologies, who was nice enough to hold the contest for this. As you can see on here, 3.7 volt, 6 volt, 7.4 volt. You get single cartridge or double cartridge capacity. Very nice box, sturdy. Nothing's gonna get squished in there. Let's take that off. Alright, so it comes with quite a lot of stuff. You have the main body itself. You have an 18650 nipple top battery. You have the head for the dual barrel. You have this. I'll show you what that does in a second. Now we got a couple, I'm assuming this is aluminum drip tips in here. You have a cartridge. Now of course this is originally made to vape essential oils, so that's what that's for. I have no interest in that, so this comes out. You have another layer in here, and it just opens up. Okay, inside we have two 18350 batteries, another one of those cartridges, and this thing, which is for your essential oil needs. We have a battery charger. I have a Trustfire charger. I will probably never use this charger. Looks a little flimsy. Plugs right into the wall there. I don't really have any wall units that would hold that, most likely. Yeah. So I probably won't use that charger. Anyways, we got the batteries, so that's what comes in the box. Let's take a look at the unit itself. Put this back on top. Get it in there. Alright. So, yeah. We have the Persei, the laser etched logo on there. We have the button here. It has a blue LED. It's kind of hard to see it. Actually, I don't have a battery in there, so you're not going to see it. Made out of aluminum, aircraft aluminum, from what I understand. The cap here is also aluminum. And then we have a, get that there, a 601 connection. Now, as far as this being a nicotine vaporizer, 601 connection, I have all 510 stuff, so that connection is no good for me, but they did throw in some adapters, some 601 to 501 and some 601 to 808 adapters. Like so. They do sell them on the Delta 9 website. And that, of course, just screws in there. It's like that. Okay. Now this tool right here. What this does is it goes into here. Sorry about the light. Let's turn that off. Nope. Let's turn it back on. Alright, now what you do here, this has different battery configurations to get your different voltages. So there's this guy in here, and this is threaded all the way up, well, not all the way up, but up as far as you need it to go to adjust for what kind of battery you have in there. Now it takes a 18650 to achieve 3.7 volts. It takes two CR123As to get 6 volts, and then it comes with two 18350s, which will give you 7.4 volts. Now, I have absolutely nothing that I would even attempt to use at 7.4 volts. It would be nicer if it came with two of the CR123As, because 6 volts is within reason for a 3.5 ohm atomizer or something like that. Anyways, this tool, you can adjust this plate in here, and then what you would do is take this off, and you can hear that squeaking. We'll get to that in a minute. Pop your 18650 battery in, and then it's poking out a little high there. They recommend that it just sit flush, if not just a tiny bit over. So you would take this tool in the bottom and just bring that down. You can see the battery moving down. Okay, so we're in there. That's pretty good. It's just sitting just above. So that's what that tool does. So we'll put this back on. Now I'm going to try to get focused on this. Alright, you can see here the threading is pitted quite a bit. It's not a smooth thread at all. Inside here is a little rough as well, especially toward the top. Definitely going to need some Nolax on this, just to get, because it's really screechy when you're putting it on or off. You can hear that. Okay. Now the button. The button looks very similar to the silver bullet. Okay. But it's much smaller. And it has a blue LED around there. There you can see that. Looks cool. But I have an issue with this button, and that is that my thumb, which is what I like to use to fire it, I mean, if I put my thumb over this, I cannot squish that in far enough. I can, but then I'm left with a nice little ring. So what I wind up doing is using my finger, and I have to just jam the tip of my finger in there. I'd really prefer it if this button was larger for people with larger hands. Also around the button there is a little gap right here. I'm not sure why, but I wouldn't want any liquid leaking in there. If this runs over into here, you might be in trouble, because that is just a little gap in there. Okay, and it does have the dual barrel head as well, which is pretty cool. Button is the same. It is a mushy button, like a mechanical button, just like the silver bullet, and there's no clicking or anything. And once again, I have to jam my thumb in there to get it to fire. Alright, so let's discuss down here. The threading does seem a little better down here. I don't have any pitting or anything. The bottom cap does go on fairly smooth. No problems. And we do have two large vent holes. Okay, I should also mention that we do get two reading material in here, two reading materials. We have a thank you, read the manual, use it properly, battery warning. And we also have a little chart here, and this shows at what ohms your cartridge or cartomizer or atomizer is safe with what voltage configuration. So as you can see, the 7.4 volt range, you'd only want to use a 5 ohm atomizer or cartomizer, and so on and so forth. And then we have a nice instruction booklet. It's written well. This is mainly geared towards your essential oils usage, so I really have no use for that. But it does explain a few things in the guide. Okay, so that's what you get in the kit with the chrome Persei. And let's go back out and just see how it vapes.
Alright guys, so that's what you get in the box. I should mention that it does also take two 16340 batteries, so you can get 4.2 volts, which is nice because you know, 3.7 to 6 volt jump is quite high, so it's good that you can get up to 4.2 volts. As far as protection goes, it does have short circuit protection, overcurrent protection, and of course it is vented on the bottom there. I do have the double barrel configuration right here. So I mean, it looks pretty cool. I haven't actually double barrel vaped it yet. They do sell a silicone cap that fits over the cartomizers and then forms into one mouthpiece if you want to do that. Of course, you do have to use the adapters, so you got to use 2 adapters and to get that on there. I do want to mention these Bogue XL cartos. They won't screw in all the way into the adapters. If you do force them, which you never want to do, it pushes the pin up, and you have to pull the pin out. So I would take a puff off of that, but I don't have any juice in those. Strictly for demonstration purposes. Now let's put the single head back on here. And we'll put a tank on. I gotta take an adapter off. Okay. Alright. So now we got a tank on there. Because I can't screw that cardo in too far, it's a little bit wobbly. It's pretty good right now though. Actually, I got that in there good. See how it vapes. You know, it vapes pretty good. I do have to use the very tip of my thumb to get in there, or my finger to get it to fire. Does what it's supposed to do. Now, as far as the feel of it, it feels pretty good. It's about the size of the Lavatube. Lavatube is maybe a centimeter bigger. It's a little has a little more girth than the Lavatube. There's the Evo next to it. Okay. On the Delta 9 Vape site, they do have different heads for this, so that's kind of cool. You can just buy a new head, and there's variable voltage one. I don't know if it's out yet, but it's coming. A number of different heads. You can look at them on the site. Yeah, so it feels good in the hand. You know, this black bottom cap and this middle piece here, for me, kind of throw off the nice chrome look of it. The black version of this actually has chrome bottom and middle, which looks better in my opinion. There are some swirly machining marks around the top, not a huge deal. There is a little drop, a little bump here. Probably, I don't know if it's under the chrome or if it's just kind of a, it got over chromed a bit, or a drop fell on there. I don't know how they chrome things, but just thought I'd mention it. I do have the occasional misfire. Like I just right there, maybe I just wasn't pushing it hard enough, or I'm not sure. It does happen occasionally though. This head here is tapered really nice, whereas this one is a little, it just kind of cuts right off into a real sharp taper. This one's nice and smooth. This is the double barrel head. So all in all, it's not a bad device. It looks real pretty, you know, minus the black. That's just personal preference. It does have serial numbers on here as well as the etched Persei logo. As an e-liquid vaping device, it works well. You know, the kit comes with a lot of stuff that has nothing to do with e-liquid. It's $199. You know, for that price, you can get a Pro Vari, you can get a Silver Bullet with a kick. You know, there's lots of other devices that you don't have to change the batteries out to get a different voltage. Some people might like that. Some people might like just hitting a button to do that. And those devices, you know, the Evo, the Lava Tube, much cheaper devices. I don't want to compare it to the Lava Tube. I mean, it's, well, it's a fair comparison. The fact that there's no native 510 connection is going to turn a lot of people off. So all in all, I think, you know, a 510 connection would definitely help, and you know, you wouldn't need all that extra stuff in the box. The batteries are nice. The charger, I haven't used it, but it doesn't seem as well built as the Trustfire charger or any of the name brand chargers. You might be able to lower the price on it, get it down, you know, maybe 150, maybe even lower than that. But as it is, it vapes good. That's my review. I appreciate you watching, and I'll be back with more reviews soon. Thanks.